I couldn't keep still in my seat last night. It's probably quite annoying for the people sitting next to me because I was either on the edge of it, sort of with all the tension, or jumping with the scares. What do you like when you're watching movies with lots of scares and gore?
I'm pathetic. My husband hates it. I can't even watch trailers that are jumpy because I scream, I shout. I remember getting kicked out of the cinema during The Village because I screamed so much, and my boyfriend at the time was like, "We're leaving. This is embarrassing." So yeah, when I watched it, I was all over the place, behind my arms and jumping out my seat too.
And yeah, trailers are getting scarier, I think, as well, for one thing. Hayley is a very good swimmer and really good at keeping, holding her breath underwater. What kind of training was involved for that aspect of the movie for you?
Quite a lot. I'm not a strong swimmer. I wasn't before. I'm one of those people that dip in to cool down and then go back to sunbathing. So I did a lot of training. I actually trained at the London Aquatic Centre, where we held the Olympics, and that was awesome. I had a great coach who I did about an hour a day with for 6 weeks leading up to the shoot. And he really got me in the best shape of my life, and we worked on breathing and stamina. Also, just shooting 18 hours a day in a water tank is really, really difficult. So he wanted me to just get used to being in the water a lot of the time.
And there's a lot of action, but it's not all action. There's a sort of father-daughter relationship at the centre of the film, and you do have quite a lot of dialogue scenes to do. But at one of them, I was just thinking, were you almost up to your necks in water whilst you're having a conversation? What's that like to shoot?
It's really fun. I mean, I loved it in that we can't really reset takes because the water is constantly filling. And it's freezing and wet and everyone's miserable and wants to leave. So you have all this adrenaline built up. And when it comes to those big emotional scenes, it just comes out. You're just so pent up and ready to do them that I kind of loved that. I loved that we couldn't control all the elements, that we had to go with it. And we were treating it like it was a natural thing. And
what are you looking at? Because the alligators look terrifying to us, but what are you faced with as they're attacking you when you're making the film?
Literally a Serbian man wearing a head-to-toe lime green lycra condom suit.
Which sounds quite scary.
He was a lovely guy, but yeah, it was terrifying. The first day, I was like, nice to meet you. Oh.
And your character says at one point she's an apex predator for days, which her father sort of encouraged her to really think of herself as she's been growing up. And so she's definitely a screen heroine. I just wondered who your sort of movie heroines were that you looked up to perhaps when you were younger, or...
Sarah Connor. 100%. She's my hero still to this day. I think there was something so empowering for me as a child watching her, seeing her flaws, seeing that she wasn't a perfect character, she wasn't a perfect woman. She was a badass and vulnerable and angry and confused, and I just, in the second movie, more so than the first. But yeah, she is my hero still.
And I won't give you an alligator quiz, but
please don't.
I just wondered if there was anything that might surprise us that you learnt about them, or any interesting alligator.
I think the big thing was when we were filming, your instinct is to run, obviously, but you'll see in the movie there are moments where you actually have to move very slowly. They can hear every ripple in the water and every bubble, every sound. So the idea is that you have to move as calmly and wade through the water really gently. Which every instinct tells you not to do. So you have to kind of really focus and do that.
It's part survival guide as well, isn't it, the movie?
Yes, yeah. Survival guide. Because in London, you never know.
You never know what might be coming down the Thames.
Yeah, exactly.
Kaya, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey You